feel free, and I just wanna be me. Yeah, I just wanna go so crazy. I just wanna be a freak. Yeah, I just wanna rise to the top. Yeah, I just wanna go reach the peak. So I've been really well focused on success. Hey, y'all will see. Yeah, you won't see that I will get it. Cause I'm really focused, man. I make it with the rap and I just follow my path. I just follow my passion. To me, this is what's precious. Yeah, in my soul, man, I can feel it. So every single verse, man, I just gotta go and kill it, man. I gotta be the kid. I could be the guy taking you wild. I could be the villain. What good as a kid? Lately, I'm painting my path on my way. Yeah, I got no time that I can waste. So I've been sitting in the space. Yeah, making rest every day, man. You know that I go insane. Yeah, I hit you with a bullet to the brain. Let us stop first, cause we going insane. You don't know what I'm gonna do. You don't know what is next. And I'm loving the fact, truly it's making me blessed. Cause I work on my team, no snakes in the grass. And we have been twisting the wind because of the work that we did in the past. Because of the work that we did in the past. And we went to hours, you barely got breath. So I get the realm and we didn't finesse. So I got the feelings that we might be next. Cause when we go in, we win in the match. When we go in, we win in the match. So that's how we do, cause we be the best. We be the best, best. Yeah, we be the best. Whoa. Yeah, we be the best, best. We be the best. Hey, yeah, we be the best, best. Hey, we be the best. Yo, you wanna come a test? Whoa, you want to see we the best? Hey, you don't see that we're the best kid, so I suggest you never really come and test it. But otherwise, I will smack your face like Michael Jordan does with a ball in the basket. Oh damn kid, but you didn't expect it. You never really thought that this could just happen, but now really come on and we pull out with the action. Cause people defeat those they don't get it like.
I can take it. resting and drifting. That was all that I had, but no more, said no more. I faced it. My scars won't have ghosts no more. You will never love me like I do. I would try to forget you, but I never do. And when I close my eyes, I'll know that you're never by my side. You will never love me like I do. I would try to forget you, but I never do. And when my voice feels so light, maybe I'll be just alright. I've been trying to. I've been trying to reach you.
Good evening and welcome to the Chicken Coop Twitch channel. Tonight we're going to be having the ESEA Advanced Grand Finals. I am Aries. I'm joined with Big D here as my co-caster. We've got a best of 5 ahead of us tonight. Looking like a good game.
What it do, baby? We sure do. We've got ESEA Advanced Grand Finals. Some might be calling it the ECL play-in, as a matter of fact. Aries and I were just discussing this, and I'd like to give a shout-out. We are on the Chicken Coop channel, so for one rare occasion, Big D can actually wear his Chicken Coop merch on stream. We're of course rooting for Chicken Coop to win down at the Chicken Coop channel. But I don't know about you, Aries. I'm going to dive right into it. I think that we're just hoping for an absolutely banger game of Counter-Strike here.
I absolutely agree. Both teams have fought hard to get to where they are this season. Both teams have earned their way to this Grand Finals. I do believe that we have a lower bracket versus upper bracket leading to, I think, a 1-0 advantage to start this off for lag. And moving on from there, like I said, both teams have had great seasons, very tough fought against other really good teams from the region. they've made it this far.
Yes, we've seen they were picked up by lag coming into between the last match that they played. The last match that this lag roster played, was under the Vagrants banner when they were orgless. So they've gotten all this way. They were an ECL team. We know that. This Chicken Coop roster as well, we were discussing a little bit. They were recently picked up. They have played previously under Take Flight for a while, and then they were the orgless Bad News Capybaras through season 49 of ECL, and then most recently picked up by Chicken Coop. So 2 ECL orgs picking these rosters up as they're getting through the ECL play in here. And big shout out as well to Vitapler and Take Flight for being new members of ECL going into the next season, making it to the top 4. And those are the 2 names that this Chicken Coop roster had to take down, which brings me back to my original point here. We saw that Vagrants roster beat the Bad News Capybaras pretty decisively to get into these grand finals, but then that roster has come down to the lower bracket and made its run and like stomped out those, like blew out Take Flight and Vitapler in both of those series. So I have a feeling they're going to be coming back into this best of 5 with a vengeance. I'm expecting to see 4 maps tonight, Aries.
I hope to see at least the 4 maps that we can see played. I'd like to see all of them played. I think it's very likely. I think that both of these teams have journeymen. We have a very experienced players for both rosters. We have up-and-coming players for both rosters. There's a lot of talent between these 2 teams, a lot of up-and-coming talent, a lot of talent we've seen in years, or 4 years here in America. And they're getting shots again to progress further than we've seen in a while. And I think we've got a really good chance to see this go all the way. And
I do too.
I do think it's important to note that
yes,
both of these teams tonight, what they are playing for, other than to claim, victory of ESEA Advance for this season, is cash. There is not they're not gaining a relegation or promotion off of this. They both already secured their spots in Challenger League for next season because of the new format. It is important to note that the way that's going to be moving forward, at least until it changes again, is between the 2 advanced seasons that happen between Premier seasons or Challenger League seasons now. We will see top 4 teams from each advanced season go and join the top 16 VRS teams in America. It looks like we're already in the pistol round here for the first map of Nuke.
Oh, are we now? Waste not, want not. We wanted to get in there. We wanted to watch some Counter-Strike pretty quickly, and it looks like we are getting into that. So that, I guess, answers our question. So Vagrants are up a map on Chicken Coop already, or excuse me, Lag. They are not the Vagrants anymore. Let's get into the action though here, Aries. I'll finish the lore here about the series as this pistol round gets over. And here's Consti and Brett holding down on to B. There has been a rotate already here from Lag, and that's actually just a huge hold from them. Quick pistol round.
That was impressive to say the least.
Over and done with.
I didn't know if they were actually going to be able to secure that with having fought nobody in ramp on the way down, and just instantly it looks like they had rotated down and had plenty of players there to deal with the take.
Also, how is the audio level there for you, Aries, on the game sound? Is it a little quiet for you?
It's a little bit. I think I can hear it. I don't know if that's a me issue. My headphones kind of low.
Heard that. Well, if on stream it's a little quiet, let us know. But big round for Lag there, as shutting Chicken Coop down from the plant. And while Chicken Coop are on the full save here, I want to speak to the fact Lag are up a map already coming in from the upper bracket. So it's a best of 5, but they're up 1 map already. So our maps tonight are going to be Nuke, Anubis, Train, and Inferno. If you look at the Face It match page, there's a 5th map of Dust 2, but I believe that's just a placeholder. So Brett opening things up to bring us back into the game. And yeah, I think there should be no surprises here. Should be a pretty quick cleanup from Lag, and that is exactly what we got there, Aries.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a couple. We saw a Deagle come out and 4 Glocks. obviously with the intent to buy this round. Looks like that's already what's going to happen. We got 4 AKs, Seabass coming out with a Galil. Good util across the board. They've actually, as we can take note, better guns because they the AKs in the Galil, they got 2 MP9s over for lag. I'd like to see actually something relatively quick outside here based on the util and just the weapon advantage, get the range up. We'll see what happens.
I've been seeing the AUG make a big meta. Weirdly enough, on this map specifically, I wonder if it's just for how good it is at holding that heaven position and playing some of these awkwardly long angles, like you said. Also, Consti just seems to be a big fan of it, too.
I can't blame him. It feels, especially with the recent updates to the game, it does feel a lot better. Brett is going to get a quick early kill onto Seabass outside as he tries to cross the secret without a smoke to cover him.
Oh, and they don't clear the boost out. That's Seb grabbing one. That's only one for Seb, but he gets a lot of information. I think he spotted out, I know he spotted out 2 players. He may know that all 3 are here. You can see the adjustments being made. Brett's going to come in for more. He gets a second on the round. And as long as Lag are getting these 1-for-1 trades at this point in the round, especially with Grave all the way down on half HP, we should see Lag coming out on top of this first gun round. But never count out these 2 players. This is, these are 2 of NA's finest right here, given the opportunity. Okay, Sandman is going to toy with them. Look at the bounce back on that door. Timing to close the door. Spam up. Now lost in the smoke. Graves going to be forced back. And 20 seconds remaining. He's got the bomb, but they know right where he is. And I think Mason's got the finishing blow here. Right behind. Yes, he does.
It's a great round. Greatly played by Lag. 2 important kills from Brett. Holding outside and then anchoring down, disallowing them from taking hell control after they push through ramp, was very well played by him. Looks like we're going to see a couple pistols coming out this round for Chicken Coop. Maybe a ramp rush or something inbound. I see a couple smokes. Could be interesting.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see them push ramp. I think ramp is not the weak point here for Lag by any means, but they're only playing 1 player over there. And Seb's definitely not going to be boosted up this round. It looks like instead they want to move out towards A somewhat quickly. No.
Someone already done the vent? I think someone's already done the vent.
Yeah.
We got MDS down the vent already.
MDS already.
With the bomb.
Down the vent. No, the bomb is over there in lobby.
Oh, it just showed it had the bomb on him. That's my bad.
Oh, strange. It shows
now
Gabe has the bomb. But it shows on the mini map that Seabass has the bomb. Well, how about that?
We'll find out.
Lexigran, what are you doing?
Oh, that's the camera. That's the camera.
Oh, that's the camera. There
I thought that was the bomb.
Okay.
I thought that was the bomb.
Oh my God, casters. Not the brightest bulbs in the bunch, but you know, we'll talk our way through it and get there eventually. Okay, very nice. Grave. And now Seb, yes, that is a camera indeed, folks. And you know what else, Aries? It's a very slow-paced round. We thought we would get something quick, but Chicken Coop actually just playing very patiently, and that'll be the opening for Gabe. 1.5 minutes into the round. It's going to be up to Sandman. He's got support from Heaven. Gets 1 kill there. Brett able to help out, and Grave Kevin does take Sandman down out of the back of sight, but you see that both Gabe and Grave are so low here. Brett, so wise, so aware. Able to find Gabe, and still no bomb plan. It's finally going to go down, but it looks like Consti should have the timing there. Yeah, that'll be the full HP player, and Grave gone down. That is a 4th round for Lag, but Chicken Coop with the plant, they should be feeling pretty good going into this next buy round.
Absolutely. It was great damage. This is going to strengthen their economy. It's not a ton of damage in terms of economy for Lag, but it is enough to keep them honest. Sandman already at the 10k. This will bring him down a little bit. That helps out. And this gets, you know, if they really want to get an op up, Graves got plenty of cash to buy one. And I think it's probably worth picking one up at least once or twice. Does look like J-Chance actually has it in his hands, which will be very nice to see. Absolute journeyman of a player here in the region.
These maps, by the way. So Nuke was, this is a chicken, I guess I should know that the Chicken Coop picked this starting on T side. So that's a silly question, but
I did. I did see the clip of J Chance the other day. I can't blame him for picking that pistol round clutch.
Yes,
Do
he
see
is
a
one.
fairly standard setup here coming into outside though.
Yeah, nobody really wanting to get overzealous in these rounds. We do see Seabass all the way down in vents already. I'm not sure if they'll probe for information here as the round carries on. Mason might be aware. He's looking down there looking for this squeaky player. I'm not sure they even know that they got a vents player down there last round, but ultimately it does pay off. Mason coming down the vents gets taken down. Seb is down here on site, but with the time remaining, Chicken Coop can work this clock a little bit more.
Absolutely, they can. And I do see double getting opened, and it looks like Seb just blew open single door. I do think that he's in a bit of a rough spot. He can't really peek anything without being wide open, and J Chance takes advantage of the opportunity. Consti taking an easy trade back on the grave to even it up a little bit, but I think they're out of the round. It's very hard to retake this B site when you're down a man. It's just so much to clear, and it's so tight. Very tight on the crunch points as well. And if I'm them, try and catch an exit or two and accept your 4-1 lead. Looks like that's what's going to happen. We do see a player in secret, though. Could get two. I think that's Sandman. Oh, it's two. Sandman and Brett.
Oh, this crossfire might make it hard to save these guns. Oh, they're not ready for it. They do get one of the guns out of their hands, but ultimately the AUG and the AWP being saved here and only a single AK. No AWP saved for Chicken Coop. They're going to get the bomb down, but Lag will be able to full buy into this next round. We see 10K on Consti there. Yeah, full utility, full buy here for Lag.
The only thing missing for Chicken Coop's that op. And, we did see two kills, or one kill come out of it from J Chance, who had a great angle there onto the peak on ramp, but they don't really need it. Nuke is a map where that's not a requirement. It is a very long range map in some aspects, but you don't need it as much as you used to. Looks like a fast ramp play here. The smoke up against Seb. I don't think he's going to be able to get anyone. He's got the teammates coming in, two in hell, but the fight is going to be tough to take here. 1-for-1 trades down ramp on Seb, and B site should be wide open right now.
Should be open, but here's Brett. Brett's been locked in, picking up doubles all game long, and there's Constia as well. Saved guns coming in strong. As this force buy now suddenly Grave all alone. They're able to get one on the side of Chicken Coop, but Lag coming in hot and heavy. Coming in with authority here on Nuke.
That was a very well played round by Brett. Realistically, in a lot of scenarios, that's kind of a one and done. Running down the stairs, trying to get back up into control can be a death trap if the player is waiting for you. Two absolutely critical duels that he won there to secure the round. Consti coming in through doors, even if he wasn't there, you've already secured the round almost. It's a very tough fight to win 2v4. We do have a pause here. Looks like a tack pause coming out for Chicken Coop.
I was going to say, I feel like this is the time to call a pause. I would have even liked to see the pause come in last round, just knowing that they barely scraped that round together and lost so much on the exit and that those guns would be saved. I would have liked to see this pause come in a little bit sooner from Chicken Coop, but they're calling it nonetheless. So I expect something good coming out of it from them. At the same time, though, there's also an argument to be made. I've talked to plenty of players that say that calling the pause on your eco round is usually a little bit better because you talk about your gun round, and this way you play a standard eco round, and then you have your out of the pause strat that the enemy team might not be so prepared for. So, mind games being played here by Chicken Coop potentially, and yeah, we enter round 7 with Lag four rounds up.
Absolutely. And for what it's worth, I do think taking your pause into the eco round is actually a wonderful idea, especially if you play it a little slower like this. Kind of reminiscent of those classic existence eco pauses from back in the day. Everyone sits in spawn for the first minute and a half of a round while you talk over what needs to go on. A little bit of an outside take here coming in. The one smoke in and constantly getting some vision, but nothing quite certain yet. Does see the one player cross down to secret, but that's all he knows.
Yeah, big wall of smokes there outside. And Chicken Coop gains access down here, and this is definitely the better spot to be fighting on this map with this kind of weaponry. But you see two players down here, Seb and Brett, already posted up for lag. Brett is 13-3 on the half so far, averaging at least a double kill. Only going to get one there, but at least enough to help Seb out, who picks up 2.5. J-Chance going to try to get this bomb down. The rotate should be coming through. They don't exactly have the time. These doors all open. They don't have the sound cues. And yeah, bomb all the way over by the double. They've got two players to deal with. They're going to be able to recover that bomb. 10 seconds on the clock, but Mason and Sandman swinging wide, able to finish the job. And that will be a sixth round for lag here. Pedal to the metal, it looks like, for them.
Yeah, they're not giving up anything. Take a look at Consti, 7-0 right now. Brett, 14-4. Their money is up. Their deaths are down. Chicken Coop being able to secure a couple frags on the eco is just not enough. They need to start winning rounds and then stringing them together. The money is almost set for the rest of the half on a couple of these players for lag, but you know, anything's doable. This could be a 6-6 half. Depends on what Chicken Coop can bring together here. We do see the boost come back up in the ramp. They've done it before, but I don't think you get it checked twice. It's very difficult to predict.
No, especially with the way that they're spacing it out, right? Like they did it at the beginning of the game, caught Chicken Coop off guard. It's been 3, 4, 5 rounds since that happened. Probably not anticipating it. That being said, they haven't really explored ramp. And the last time they did, they were caught off guard by that boost. So you never know. They might check it out as they go in there. But no matter how you split it, the crossfire between Consti and Seb in that position pretty much locks them out of ramp in this round.
100%. Little wall of smoke's coming outside, but I don't see any pressure outside to back it up. Looks like they're moving back inside towards Squeaky, actually. I really like this play. It takes Mason away, makes him focus somewhere else, and you've got player on Hut who can't focus. Gabe getting the entry on a Mason, and Mini. Player on Hut is gone. Gabe with 3 to open the site. One player in heaven, or right below in hell, actually. It looks like Consti might try to save the op. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think that's an immediate save call. That's beautiful openings there from Gabe. Beautiful openings from Gabe to get onto site. Just 1, 2, and 3. Even has half HP remaining. The amount of players left here for Chicken Coop. We'll see if they can get these guns out into the next round. That's going to be the big question mark, right? The last time they won a round, they struggled to get the firepower into the next one. Oh, and boost up here onto heaven. Seb is going to be forced away, so they know where he is. Gabe going to hunt for more. He's going to spam up, get that kill as well. And going very low here, that will be Consti finishing the job. So they know where the op is. They know what firepower is saved into the next round. And Aries, I do want to talk about the fact that lag is still very much in a fine position, economically speaking here. So
yeah,
an uphill battle still for Chicken.
Absolutely. Those were amazing entries by Gabe. 3 players, 3 entirely different positions. Great awareness of him to clear everything as he progressed through the site. If they win this round, I think Lag will be able to scrape together a half buy, and Consti will be able to toss a rifle or 2, but that would actually be the broken eco that we've been looking for Chicken Coop to start stringing some rounds together. J-Chance has his op back up. They are boosting up again in a ramp. It might have been possible Gabe heard it. I know the jumps make a little bit more noise now than they used to, so it might be something to keep an eye out for.
You never know. You never know. It looks like Chicken Coop are going to try to probe for more information here early on. J-Chance trying to set up there towards the big garage. Trying to see if anybody is gonna peek him out, but I don't think Brett is. I think Lag knows what's at stake here. It's gonna be the late wall of smokes outside. This time around, I anticipate Chicken Coop not to just go straight into secret. They send 2 players this way, but you can see the bomb. Seabass there, moving back toward lobby. Look for this late A split. As a matter of fact, MDS is just gonna probe even more so for information through Secret. But time starting to tick away for Chicken Coop. Lag playing a very patient, very disciplined defense here.
I think Brett heard MDS go down. I think he heard a couple steps, but they haven't rotated off the back of it, which could very much ruin the round for him. Now Mason's heard a bunch of people get down, but I don't know. I don't see anyone going down yet.
Oof, that's a well-placed nade. J Chance on the op, not able to find anything outside, but the bomb does go down eventually. Grave is able to find one on the lurk, but you can see the rest of Chicken Coop posted up here on the backside of B. Not a whole lot of utility for Lag, but Mason has some. It might just be enough to get the job done. The squeeze is starting to come through. Seabass will have to come up big. He's got Gabe helping him out, jumping down now. This is the setup they needed. Here come the trades. No! Seabass with the double. Consti's going to trade him out as he tries to get out of there, but time ticking away. And Chicken Coop will find themselves a second round in a row, 3 on the half. And now starting to mount a little pressure for Lag to deal with. They're looking sharp here.
And I don't know if that round was just Lag trying to play it a little safe and try and retake B as a group, and they intended to give the site, or if they really just didn't know. There was definitely noise made getting down. I just don't think they accounted for it being as rapid of a progress as occurred. But we do see Lag taking their first tack here. Consti's still got the op.
Well, and that's the thing is they've got this op. They can play around this. It's not an undoable round for them if they position it correctly. I think it's a little harder on Nuke to play around an op winning the round, but it's possible on any map. I mean, get yourself in the right position, save this round. Lag will be able to buy next. I think this does start getting scary, though, for Lag if Chicken Coop are allowed another 2 rounds in this half. They get one more, Lag makes it 8-4. It's doable, but Chicken Coop right now are definitely starting to find their own groove in this game now, and that could get scary if they find that at the end of a T half going into the side switch of a map like this.
Consti picking up in that optimal against J-Chance. First kills. Gabe might have seen the leg there. One ramp. Looking for that boost, but not going to find 7 in the corner.
Uh-oh, this is not how Chicken Coop want to go down. Losing to Pistols. A second op is picked up, and now they know where the last is. Seb dancing around the boxes is going to get more damage done and eventually finishing the job as well. And that, just as we were talking about it, is the op saving the day. Consti finding that big opening, positioning yourself well in that anti-eco. Chicken Coop fumbling the ball a little bit there. There are still a couple of rounds for them to turn this around, but now it's their economy who feels like it's in tatters and a potential timeout coming through here.
I'd like to see one, absolutely. I don't think we're getting one, but just to reiterate on something I touched on a little earlier, Consti is 12-0. Has not died once. Been able to drag that op through the mud round after round. Saving their eco 5k every single round he's alive with that. Couple
really
pistols out here.
He's 12-0. That's why he hasn't died once this half. That's crazy.
No.
Oh my goodness. We'll see if he can keep it going. These
Pistols.
pistols have...
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say these pistols have made it out onto A, but the bomb is struggling to find any way to get down. That should be the finishing blow. And yeah, Lag are able to find themselves 8. Chicken Coop will have one more opportunity to buy though here, Aries.
Yeah, they do. I'd like to see them just take the AKs. I don't think it's worth picking up the op. J-Chance hasn't had a whole lot of luck against Consti yet this half, and it might just be worth taking the rifle and trying to get some aggression out around the map. I was very surprised last round that Lag just did not contest A side at all, but I also am going to give them credit for waiting for the entire team to arrive before trying to secure and fight. It's better to have strength in numbers, especially against pistols where anything can happen. Consti, quick outside kill on the Gabe. Seabass being able to trade him back. He thought maybe Consti was going to get a second, but not any damage traded back besides those 2 players.
Okay. J-Chance coming in hot with the rifle. Gets 2 in response. They've got numbers now here on Chicken Coop. Still very doable round. We've talked a lot about the fact that 4 rounds would be more than enough to feel good going into your CT side. But this is Seb holding on low HP. Seabass is able to trade. Now just Mason has to be careful. Does he know? Oh, he can hear all these footsteps. He's got good timing here. Oh, I think he can hear both of them, as a matter of fact. There's going to be the bomb down. Looking for the second. Not quite. Seabass, big trader boy, said see you later, boy, and gets Chicken Coop a 4th round for you, boy.
Absolutely. And that's the finish they need to get to the second half. They really needed a couple more rounds to look a little solid. Nuke, not as CT sided as it once was, but definitely can still be a stomp if you get the right team playing correctly.
It can. Well, and we'll see what Chicken Coop is got in store here.
I think we've got frozen video.
We do have frozen video right now. I have a feeling
There we go.
and that is I'm sure production knows already, but lag and Chicken Coop on the top of the screen. There it is. Boom, done. I didn't even have to finish my sentence. Chicken Coop, though, are going to have to finish this one strong.
2 sets of dualies out for Gabe and MDS here. MDS is a flash. It looks like he is inside, right next to Squeaky, actually. This is a good position to be with these. It just depends on how many people flood out against him. Doesn't matter. He doesn't get any. You got Grave and J-Chance trying to hold the site. Sandman killing both of them. Not going to let anyone stop him as he plows through. Seb getting Gabe on the flank. Seabass trading back. And it's 1v3 on the A site. He's got a P2K and a Dream. 3 players staring him down. Oh my good lord. First kill coming in. 1 player Asian, 1 player on Tetris. Trying to crawl out. Might not be able to predict the second player above him, but it does not matter. Consti's going to close it down and secure the 9th round for lag.
Seabass, he tried there in a moment, but lag. They looked fierce there. They waited just the right amount of time to default there, wait to see if some kind of push or aggression came through, and then pounce like a tiger out of the bushes. I don't know if tigers pounce from bushes, but I hope my point is illustrated nonetheless.
I think it's fine. I keep wanting to call. I see Grave Kevin, and I keep knowing his name's Grave, but I keep wanting to call him Kevin because I see the name Kevin. Give the man some respect.
That is
on
his
name.
name.
I'm like, put some respect on his name, but I'm like, wait a minute. Ooh, I like this little outside stack. This could be interesting.
I like when I've been loving seeing these stacks on CT pistol, like USP save rounds, right? I love seeing where teams get creative to do those like 5-person stacks.
Got Brett just farming up 18, almost 2,400 in the bank, but he runs out. Kevin getting a 1. Not really expecting to get much more, maybe a second, but they're just chasing him. They don't care.
That's the AK finishing the job. Yeah, a lot of farm there for the SMGs and lag. They get us to 10-4 here, but I feel like I've watched a lot of Nuke in the last several months to where this is where the CT side is going to start stepping back up and stepping back into the game. They got 5 rifles. We don't see a kit on the board here for them. They've got plenty of utility, and this is where they need to shut lag down. Otherwise, this gets scary on your map pick.
I just want to say, and this is kind of underrated, Gabe as a mini player with an M4A4, I love it. Mason getting the quick first kill outside on MDS. The trade coming out on Grave, on ramp. 2 more players chasing him. 1 player in hell to support. Bomb is stuck. For now, they have a second to recuperate. Does not matter. Grave goes down. He was getting pincered from B site. And bomb is secured. Going to be looking like a plant towards B soon. And 3 players, 3 different angles to try and retake for Chicken Coop. Two first coming in. 3v2 now for Chicken Coop as they come in. 1 player walking down the ramp. 1 player tucked in on the back of the rafters. Looks like all 3 players are going to come double doors. This could be a funnel of death. 2 are allowed out. Gabe unchecked. Consti with 1. Can he make it 2? The bomb is not planted for him quite. and it does not matter. J-Chance is going to kill him and close out the round.
Okay.
What I was going to say before 3 players rushed out the door was that I love Gabe and Mini with that A4. More bullets, more spam. You got 5 guys running at you with pistols or something. 20 bullets is not enough.
Not at all. I agree. Well, I have to say that's a pretty great round there from Chicken Coop. They only keep 2 alive, so economy not building quite as nicely as they might like, and that was somewhat of a bonus round for Lag, so they're still able to pull by into this one. We'll see what they do in response to that round win from Chicken Coop. Did a decent job of keeping them from stringing together multiple rounds in the first half. And for now, look at this. Mason all the way outside. He's gotten in. Oh, but J-Chance pre-fire on the window takes out Consti. That's a big pick, but J-Chance is not ready for this positioning. Seabass is able to pick up another. Mason eventually able to trade. But now numbers here for Chicken Coop as Sandman swings out, finishes Seabass off. The bomb is still down there in Mini, and you see as well, Gabe is all the way pressed up to Squeaky. He's going to give up some of that control and play towards these vents. But right now, Lag with timing and positioning, they have an opportunity in this round, maybe, especially with Seb taking down Gabe there. It's going to be up to Grave, close by to even these numbers back out. But I think Sandman's about to get a big punish, and now it's just Grave Kevin, all up to him. As he comes through on Hut, he's going to make his position known, and that's Mason finding the finishing blow. 3 left alive, 3 AKs recovered for Lag, and Chicken Coop will be sent packing, economically speaking. The question is here, Aries, as the pause comes out, do they go for the force buy and avoid overtime, or do they do the single save and buy next?
Well, we can see the buy coming in already. 4 MP9s and a 5.7 on Gabe. I'd actually like to see maybe the 5.7 go to MDS, give Gabe a chance. MDS not quite firing up this map. And realistically, I think we see an aggressive lobby play here. There's not a lot you can do on a default CT style round here. With 4 MP9s, it's difficult to hold outside. You might make an outside play, 3 players push up, or a lobby crunch. I don't see much of anything else happening here. I could definitely be wrong, but I want to see something aggressive to try and mitigate the loss of impact that those guns have at range.
Yeah, they're going to have to get up in their face with them, right? And we know that MP9s are definitely capable of winning rounds. There's no doubt about that. But it looks like Lag might have a read on the situation. They're going to head over towards ramp early. And speaking of those MP9s, MDS is able to find one, but Brave getting maybe a little too comfortable. Pushing out, gets a lot of damage actually there. So Consti and Seb low, and numbers for Chicken Coop Lag are the ones who have to be careful now. The smoke is going to go down on ramp. They do have B-site for the moment, but MDS isn't done. Molly eventually able to finish the job. Gabe now has Consti last alive as he picks up another in the round. And that there it is. They get the MP9s, they get busy with them, and they get right back to winning. 6-11 here.
I didn't even see where MDS got that first kill. Was that outside, or did he push through Squeaky?
I'm not sure. I think he must have pushed through Squeaky.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I was trying to find him, but I don't know where he pushed. Yeah, I think it was, but that instantly threw the rest of Lag into a scramble trying to get out ramp, and it just absolutely crushed whatever plan they had in the round. Full buy back up for both teams, other than a couple of pistols. Or a pistol, I should say, and an MP9 on Chicken Coop. Not a lot of util for Lag. This can be a very dually map, but with all the angles you need to cover, you'd much prefer to have that utility for yourself. Wall of smoke's coming in outside, maybe trying to get down Squeaky, but the backup around, a little switch and bait and switch. Looks like they might be trying to make their way to Mini. That's what's happening.
Yes,
Instant rush through Mini.
Look at that explosion through Mini coming out. 3 kills coming through. Lag looking at map point here on Chicken Coop's map pick, which would take us to Lag being at only needing one more map to close the series out. And I think Chicken Coop have to call the save immediately here. Grave is close by and wants to play for information, but yeah, he says, screw that. I got to save this AK if there's any shot of my team winning this game. Chicken Coop are with their backs against the wall here right now.
Yeah, and I mean, economically, they don't have money. It's been a very tight half of them already. They really need to keep these guns up if they have any chance at getting a decent buy into the next round. And Lag don't have the money to really chase here. It looks like they're chasing the CT. Consi dies to the bomb, or I should say T spawn, but they're not going to go all the way. They're looking to let anyone back there live.
Okay. Not sure if a timeout gets called here or what, but Lag sitting pretty. They definitely look like a strong team out here right now. Brett has been playing lights out tonight alongside Consti and Sandman. We know what this team is capable of in ECL. They are an ECL playoffs team. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they're able to close it out right here. If Chicken Coop have got something in the tank to get one, that's going to be a nice opening. J-Chance finding the head of Mason through the smoke there. Now, with their numbers, they let them know that they're not afraid of them, spamming up the smokes. I think Chicken Coop can kind of rest on their laurels in this round a little bit. That being said, Aries, they only have one smoke left after that one is used, so could get a little tricky as Lag, obviously, plenty of utility to execute somewhere on this map, and J-Chance is still on that scout as opposed to his preferred op, but getting a little frisky in lobby. MDS has a gap in the smoke. He's able to find two. Seb with response, but now suddenly last alive. That is Chicken Coop keeping 4 alive and making it a 5-round game here. They say we're not done with Nuke quite yet.
Bringing 4 AKs into this round as well. Looks great as a CT side, especially when you've got some of these higher power rifles coming out for Lag. That is a bit of an equalizer on a lot of these long range fights. Lag is buying into this though. We got 2 Tech 9s, 3 Galils, armor, and some Util coming up. Not sure quite what I expect here. It looks like they're playing a little bit towards outside, but I don't know if the plan is to get down secret. Maybe. Slowing it down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely showing Chicken Coop a bit of respect. The force buy is here. We don't see any AKs, but it's still entirely possible. Well, I lied. We see 4 AKs. They're just not on the T side whatsoever. That nade is going to break the smoke. They know where at least one is. MDS able to connect, and a few more on Consti. They're going low. Gabe should have it. Okay. They're just going to take Gabe down. So more damage done. Sandman low as well, but here's Seb on through lobby, and I think they're immediately going to rush up through the vent. MDS now probing B bomb site. There's still Consti down here, but the bomb goes down on A. And J-Chance the one closest by. This timing for Lag. I don't like the odds here for Chicken Coop, Aries.
No, this is a very difficult retake. The T's are actually not even on the bomb site. They're playing more restricted back towards the lobby and hut positions, and I gotta give them respect for it. You've got time, you've got man advantage. Do what you can to survive.
That's what they're gonna have to do here if they want to close it out. J-Chance is able to find one, but stabbed in the back, and now Grave only one left, but not for long. It's Lag. Go up 2-0 on this series. 13-7 on Nuke, taking another one, and like we talked about, they're up one map already coming into the series, so they only need the next map to close this out. We go into Train, and I don't know if you've seen how this roster plays on Train, but they're pretty good. I'm not sure how it goes for Chicken Coop. I've seen that. I think I've seen one Train game from that roster, and they're also a pretty good team, but I have seen a few matches from this Lag roster, and they're going to be scary to deal with. I think the one saving grace will be that Chicken Coop has the option to start on CT side going into this map pick, and we know the Train is very similar to Nuke and how one-sided it can be, but this is a scary spot to be in for Chicken Coop. Shout out to Lag for playing a hell of a game of Counter-Strike there.
Absolutely. Coming into map 2, I do know Lag's played a bit more Train than Chicken Coop. It's still new to the pool. A lot of teams don't like it, especially here in America. I think it's kind of in the rotation because maybe neither team really likes to play it. They don't play it a lot. It could just be that both teams let it through and hope that the other team wouldn't take it.
It is possible. Well, and Aries, I don't know how you feel about this, but I think we are going to go to a quick break, and then when we come back, we will see that map number. We'll head into train. We'll see if Chicken Coop can bounce back from this 0-2 start to the best of 5 series. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is the emergency broadcast system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your home. We show up. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party.
We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party. party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party.
Coming into map 2 here, we actually have Anubis. We were a little mistaken at the end of last map thinking it
My
was
bad,
Train.
team.
But it's because of the weird way that they've got the 1-0 advantage and the weird way the map picks have come. But we do have Chicken Coop choosing to start out on CT side. Oh, okay. Okay, we
No,
have Chicken Coop
Chicken Coop
making the
starts.
right choice to start on T side of Anubis.
Yes, and it looks like they're going to play fast and furious up here as they get up into E-Box. But Mason holding on, able to get a 3K. Brett as well now chiming in to help out. And this is Lag finding a big opening, unless Seabass really has something to say about it, which I'm not sure if he does or not. The bomb nowhere near him. I'm actually not sure exactly where the bomb was dropped. I think it's over there towards E-Box somewhere. Yeah, the bomb down here over at E-Box, and I'd say this is a wicked hot start for Lag. They look clean tonight, Aries.
They absolutely do. They've been hitting shots. They've been playing together. Very great coordination, except for a couple rounds we've seen it break down a little bit. But hot start onto this map will bring them in and maybe secure them something a little bit to get rolling. I'd like to have seen Chicken Coop try and get a good pistol round on the board, but it is T-side of Anubis. It is overwhelmingly a T-sided map. Very difficult to play on CT side. It's very tough to get good duels, especially with the M4s. So maybe once these AKs come up for Chicken Coop here in a bit, we'll see some pop off come.
I think so. I know that Chicken Coop feel comfortable on this map, and as a matter of fact, they're just going to go ahead and get Tech 9 armor. That's how comfortable they are. They want to challenge Mr. Mason down here in mid. Mr. Mason decides, I don't want to be a part of that challenge. I'm already part of Challenger League, so just going to back off. Here we go. J-Chance finding that opening. Sandman a little too frisky on the B main push. Nobody close by. He's going to get a wealth of knowledge there from this push, though, and we see that Lag have rotated through. They get the smoke down. They're fairly light utility on their side. They do have stronger firepower, but a numbers advantage for Chicken Coop and time working in their favor. They can continue to just kind of explore the map, explore their options, and we see Seb on the other side here start to do his own A main push and spot nothing out. So I think Lag should be set up for this B or mid execute as the clock winds down. You know, I say time's working in their favor, but Chicken Coop didn't move in the 30 seconds since I said that. So now it's not working in their favor so much. Everybody playing a very patient game.
I don't mind it, to be honest. Leaves them waiting. Seabass getting a little bit frisky, finding two. Giving his team information to crawl out B.
That's what they're going to do, but Consti gonna try to line them, or excuse me, Brett going to try to line them up. It's Consti who's going to knock them down, and there, J-Chance on 1 HP looking for the player. Now they know that it is indeed a fake plant. That one should be the real one, though. And he's got the auto shotty. That's always a challenging to deal with. Maybe he goes big, not quite. Maybe too difficult on 1 HP, but a huge hold there from Lag, and they deny the Chicken Coop force buy. They're only able to keep 2 alive, plus the Chicken Coop plant, but Lag looking strong on map number 2 as well.
That might be the case, but getting the 2 kills with the auto shotty there, actually, if he wanted to, J-Chance would have had the money to pick up an op. The rest of the team is going to be on pistols. He's buying up an AK. He had 5K. I can't blame him. I think they're just going to try and run something a little more default here. We see the util coming in. Not a lot of it. And Emron, they got rid of it. So I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yep. There's, does he have armor? Or is it just
J-Chance. No, he has armor and head armor.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see where I'm getting you. These HUDs change broadcast to broadcast. I feel like the challenge always is learning the new HUD as a caster. Not. Anyway, moving on, folks. I'm just working my way through my problems here live on stream for all of you in front of millions of people.
We figured out that the camera is not the bomb.
We figured out the camera is not the bomb as well. We did indeed. Well, and
Oh.
we'll see if Chicken Coop can find out that B is closed for business, because Lag have been holding on to that one tight. They do put the smoke up over here on A with a minute remaining, so I think Chicken Coop realize their only real option for information gathering at this point in the round is through mid, which we see Seabass posted up. And again, I like seeing this slow game from both these teams, but it almost feels like Chicken Coop are unsure of exactly what to do or where to go against a team like Lag right now. Mason. Oh, they even get the friendly fire going in their favor. Lag holding on to A as well. Seabass has come through. He's going to find one. 20 seconds now. Can they... If Grave gets this kill, things could get a little scary for Lag, as Seabass is still not done over here. One more kill coming through. Can he finish the job on Mason? No, not quite. Grave now with 10 seconds. He's going to try to get one more gun out of their hands, but unfortunately that will not happen either. Lag with a 3-0 start here on Anubis. Look sharp.
Feels bad for Gabe. 0-3, and one of those deaths is his teammate shooting him in the back of the skull. It happens to the best of us, but coming to this round, we'll get the AKs up and running, get some util out. Like to see early smoke on E-Box, as we have seen Lag peak at all 3 rounds so far. Mason with the MP9 could be choosing to do something devious here. I think he was playing over towards A, but it looks like he's in mid. I do like the 3 players on B. It's a little questionable, but never mind. Gabe's just going to peek into Consti, and Consti's going to give him up the first kill on the round. Very difficult to deal with. Brett could absolutely get caught out through the smoke if someone lets a bullet fly loose. We've got the stack towards B, 3 players here waiting, but no info other than a couple shots being fired around the map.
Yeah, that's a big opening here for Chicken Coop. They've got their first full buy round, and they seem to be doing all right with it, with a double setup in E-Box, and Gabe does eventually finish Brett off. So still retaining a numbers advantage, but close behind the smoke. Mason is ready to execute here on the very low HP Gabe. Oh, the smoke is about to fade. Who spots who here first? I think that Mason should see it first. Yes, indeed. Getting the headshot to boot as well. Look at this. Seabass all the way out onto B main. I'm not sure. Sandman is definitely not going to be ready for that. That will pull the attention of Mason here. But now Mason alone towards B. He's got to wait for his teammate. Maybe not. Grave. Going to give him one on the cross. So 2v2 now on the retake. Essentially the same HP for both teams here. Sub getting close up as this smoke fades. Still smoked off on E-Box. They spot the dark player. There's still Seabass over there in Temple. It's going to be tough to get out of E-Box, but Mason shows his power as he gets a double. Ripping him down from Temple, swinging out and completing the trade, getting the defuse. Lag go undefeated here early on Anubis. And Aries, I have to say, 4 rounds on CT side, no matter how you split it, that's a good start to your CT Anubis.
It's not just a good start, it's a great start. Right now, Mason powering through 10-0, looking kind of like Consti's start last game. Not dying, no fear of death, man has got everything he needs. Seabass doing everything in his power to sneak around, just like a Seabass, blending into the surroundings, color on color. You'll see it, he's got that nice gray suit on, blending into the walls. They can't find him, he finds them. A little bit of a default round coming out here. I do actually prefer this. They're getting more map control than they've had a couple of the past rounds. They're not moving as one pack all over. And they're slowing it down a little bit.
They are indeed, but Seb is able to still hold on to A main effectively. 1.5 kills coming through there. Gabe is going to take the space, but gives it up. Walking away, I think they want to move. Maybe, no, they're going to walk back in there. Especially with that smoke going up where it is. That should give Gabe the indication that A main is clear. Maybe not. They're actually going to try to late hit A. I think this is interesting. Lag sent some resources over this way, but thinking twice about it. Sandman will have help from Consti on the op. But I'm worried for Chicken Coop here. They're going to have to go big with their firepower. Walking in right now. Waiting to make contact before the execute. Now all the way out onto side. Good blind. And Sandman brought down. Will give them the opportunity to plant the bomb here. Consti missing the shot. They get the information. And now, this is the question for Lag. Do they go for this or do they save? I think a save is going to be called here. Numbers on site for Chicken Coop and unaware of if there's a lurk somewhere else. They go ahead and get the hell out of there. And yeah, that will be Chicken Coop finding themselves putting their first on the board.
Yeah, and it's a well-fought first. Gabe, early on in the round, I didn't know how it was looking. That early damage and the early trade off that push into A main. Really tough to back up off of that. But the round comes together slowly for the team. I don't know if they're going to be able to catch anyone here. It looks like both sides are respecting the others as the save, but Seabass might be willing to give up one. And never mind. They funnel into the crowd and they lose all their guns. The economy was not strong to begin with. It's even worse now. It's not great, but they can toss a couple guns around and hopefully get something up and running. A couple Mac 10s out. I don't think Seb is lacking head armor, but that's the only player on Lag who is. Those Mac 10s are going to need to be up close and personal if they want to get some good use out of them.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something this round. Like you said, that economy is even worse than it was before. Definitely Chicken Coop with an opportunity to really swing the momentum in their favor and shut this half down in spectacular fashion. Still a long ways to go before we get there. We'll see how this B split goes. Brett brought down to 50 HP. It's going to get tough as that, maybe not. That Molly does not quite go where it was supposed to.
No, it hit the corner.
Oh, Brett, he gets a lot of damage there. Can they get more? No, Jay Chance and Seabass spilling in. Sandman hiding in the back line. There is going to be Consti close by with the op, and they're looking for him. A good swing. Now he's got help as well from Seb deep in canals. And Consti looking for it, not ready for two in E-Box. There's Grave. And that will be the Lag economy reset, redone. And Chicken Coop with a couple rounds in a row.
Reset, redone, recycled. Call that Trace Leches. Couple pistols coming out here. Nothing too interesting. I don't see any util to back it up, so maybe just going to be another one of these pistol stacks we were talking about last map. I think what I personally love is a nice little E-Box stack, 5 players, E-Box with some pistols tucked in the corner, but they're all heading to A, so I don't think it really matters. Couple players A main, couple players mid. Mac 10 on MDS could get something here, but 3 players with pistols is a scary proposition no matter what gun you have.
It is. I mean, this is where the Mac 10 wants to farm up, but look at how Brett's playing tonight. I mean, he is just feeling himself. Moving up here, getting a kill on the P2K, recovering an AK for his troubles. Now MDS might be able to farm them up, but spotted out by Brett. Brett wants to try to get that out, but not quite. They are going to be able to put the squeeze on him, though, now. That will be that AK recovered. So Mac 10 and AK, we'll see if they can walk away with it. The bomb's down over at B. It looks like Chicken Coop don't want to give up any more resources. Their economy is not exactly banging. It's, you know, less than stellar. Seb does want to try to get some kills on the Mac 10 or at least keep them over here. He might do that. Or he might just give up his Mac 10 instead. Chicken Coop get 3.
Absolutely. That was a great recovery into the round after Brett got the first pick. And even though MDS was low, he had the knowledge that after that pick, player, he knows there's 3 in A main. 2 of them are probably gone. He heard them. He probably can be safe in expecting one's going to be there. Peeker's advantage, man. Take the swing. You get the Mac 10. Realistically, you die. You're giving up the Mac 10. You got rifle still up. Not the worst play. And then being able to get the kill into Brett when you heard him run out of ammo with the AK was a great way to secure that round back in their favor. Because now You've got one player you know is low. You really want the guns, so it's in your best interest as the CTs who are left over to try and go secure it. That gives the site back over to his team pretty much uncontested.
Yeah, this is good for Chicken Coop. They're starting to look alive. They're starting to look coordinated. Not that they haven't looked coordinated by any means, but they're starting to look like a team that's going to bring the competition here to Lag as this game wears on. Now, we do see the off back in the hands of Consti. They've got the double mid setup, but this time around, Chicken Coop looking for early plays. Seb somehow gets out with his life. I'm not sure how he's able to do that. MDS, oh, the nade through the smoke. Seb's able to find one. But Mason now coming up to help. That is A main locked out. An aggressive play for Chicken Coop there early on into round 8, all falling apart now. Consti letting them know he's got that op in mid. They eventually trade him out, but numbers for Lag here with just a little over a minute remaining in the round.
And this could be very difficult. You see Grave trying to work his way back towards B. There's a lot of space to clear up, but he is doing it very efficiently. And he might be able to pick Sandman up if he keeps checking away. And exactly, clear your angles, clear them properly. Grave being able to take Sandman really brings him back into this round. Brett is going to be smoked out of sight. I don't know if the plan is going to be to walk through canals here and bring the bomb over, but the timing is just right, and we're going to see the bomb slip right by Mason, unspotted. This could give J Chance and Grave exactly what they need to win the round.
That is really good timing for now on getting the bomb into B bomb site, but look at this timing for Brett coming around on B main, and now they hear the utility being thrown. For Mason coming around the corner. That's Brett over there in CT. The bomb is going to go down, but look at this. Oh, Mason gets the opening and now swinging out. That's going to be the squeeze. Lag able to find a 5th round. Chicken Coop. They've got money here. I think they'll be able to buy Aries, but they just cannot find any kind of like real momentum build against Lag right now. Lag shutting them down anytime they get back onto these buy rounds.
It is very difficult. Consti has been a constant thorn in the side. This A main, dude, I don't know what's going on over there. Every time they're there, there's a smoke on either side, and it's both teams running through it to have a duel. I swear to God, it's like watching two blind men box. It is insane. They both run through, they're flashed, everyone's shooting, nobody knows what's going on. I don't know if it's a lack of coordination or just like the timing is going crazy, but it's been a mess. And it's hard to take control of the round without that A main spot if you're Chicken Coop. They are trying to lock it down with some util this round as they favor towards mid. This would be the first time I think we actually see a good mid play being done here, but just Gabe making his presence known in canals, trying to draw some effective noise control. It's killing Brett in the corner. Brett's been playing that corner all map long. Eventually he's going to get caught out, and I like it.
But yeah, you're right. I like this from Chicken Coop. They've got this mid presence here. Lag and Response have just set up on either side, so they may be anticipating this mid presence, giving it up like this. Consti is going to find one in the canals. Okay. Gets a lineup. Gabe lucky to get out of there with his life. Consti's not going to miss the second time. And now coming through A main, it is Seb spotting out J Chance with the op there. Mason able to take down MDS on the A main lurk. Not sure how they passed each other there in A main. That's wild. But another round here for Lag. 30 seconds remain. Maybe J Chance can do something. Hold on. Let him cook. He's got one down. He's got a little utility to get him through this situation. Another flash down, but Consti doesn't care. He's going to take you down. And that is Lag. 6-3 up on their map pick. 7 away from claiming the title of ESEA Advanced Season 53.
I don't know what Seabass was doing when he dropped off the ledge there, because he knows the op was there and then dropped off facing towards the bridge and canals, not facing the E-box. I don't know if they thought he'd backed away or what the deal was, but that was a very odd position. He could have made something out of it if he'd been ready for it, but I don't know quite what the plan was. couple Tech 9s and a Galil coming out for Chicken Coop. I think they're on a Tech pause this round. I don't know who called it. Everyone looks like they're bought up and here, but I'm not entirely sure. No one's dropped out of the server, right?
No, it is a tech pause though. We're just waiting to see what's what and who's who. Could be an issue with Discord, could be an issue with TeamSpeak.
Maybe he's gonna clean the gamer gunk off his mouse pad.
Maybe you gotta clean the game. I don't know what that means, but
You-
could be. Could be. You never know.
We'll find out. I mean, oh, look, they're back live. We got 10 seconds to the round starts. We're going to have a good round here. I'd like to see something fast and aggressive. I really like Tech 9s towards B. We'll see what's coming. It could be that. I really love it if it's going to be what happens. Couple
You never
early
know.
pieces of util. Got some
Yeah,
nice close range angles, too.
It looks like they are going to execute more over here towards B. Sandman is posted up, ready for one. There's the op as well, that nade helping out, and there's more numbers than Chicken Coop bargained for here over on B. The force buy, or light buy, not going their way. It was just a light buy, so they're still going to buy into this next round, but lag up 7-3 here. It's going to be up to Chicken Coop. They've got the op over into the hands of J Chance. But somebody's going to have to go big for Chicken Coop. That's kind of the issue here tonight, isn't it? Nobody for Chicken Coop really stepping up to the plate and putting up those numbers for them. I know we talked off broadcast a little bit about stats not always painting the full picture, but when you don't have any heavy hitter on your team, it gets really difficult to find any kind of footing into these in these matches. That being said, J Chance does find an opening. So does Gabe. And lag all the way back here on A and B. That's Chicken Coop's going to have them reeling from that one.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, I'd like to see J Chance really get a good op duel versus Consti. He really struggled against him in map 1, but here, J Chance hasn't had that op in his hands as much, and I'd like to see him try and keep it. Boom, a second one on the round for him. He's really taking advantage of his teammates willing to play with them, and we do see a player coming in through camera here, crunching A, and this should be a secured A site unless Mason has anything to say. Looks like he doesn't. Brett should be trying to save. I don't know what the deal is though. Gets a 1 on Seabass, but if he goes for it, it is last. I was about to say it's not last round, is it?
I think they've
It's
got
not.
money going into the last round. I think Brett knew that there was still one there mid and was going to try to follow up. Actually, he probably should have saved that gun. I'm not. Yeah, that's a big question mark there, Aries.
You know what? You're up 7-3 on
Yeah,
CT
no
side of
matter what.
Anubis.
You're so far up on your CT side, it feels good, right?
We've all been there. We've all done it. We do see an op back in the hands of Consti. Brett and Sandman both have auto shotguns. Seb with an MP9. Really not a great buy. Very little util. Only one player with head armor. And we've got a Galil in the hands of Seabass. That could make an effect in the round, but J Chance working around with the team, making his way over towards A main with the op.
Oh, this is going to get scary. The A main push. Mason has to get both of these players at A main. He's getting them coming through. What is that movement? Oh, Mason swings by. I'm not sure how J Chance missed that, but now 2v3. Chicken Coop should still be able to get down onto site. Consti moving around here in mid. This time, Harry, they do indeed have to go for it. Looks like Chicken Coop should be able to get 5, and yes, indeed, they will get 5. A 7-5 half, so a little bit better than their nuke half, but still, if you're lag, I think you're feeling really good going into the next half here, especially when you've got Mason, Consti, and Brett all hitting their shots like they are.
It could be absolutely a chance for Chinku back in this game. You've got Gabe starting to warm up and J Chance starting to make some noise with the op. This map is very op friendly, in my opinion. Depends on how you play with it. If you're a little more aggressive, it can be difficult. If you're a passive angle holder, it can be your best friend. A little bit of interesting pistol buy. Gabe didn't have a gun for a second, but looks like some util, a P250, and armor coming out for the boys here as lag pushed through mid very quickly.
Yeah, big mid push here for lag, and they're going to do into Temple, which forces Grave all the way back. I'm glad he doesn't try to square up and take that fight. As a matter of fact, they've got two rotating into beat, but neither one able to get anything. And now Seb on the rugs is able to ensure that A site should be open for business for lag. Seb with one more. That nade doesn't feel real great. He's going to get brought low. And MDS is able to squeeze by, but the information coming through, it doesn't matter. Lag are able to keep 5 alive and find the pistol round here on Anubis.
Yeah, lag have been absolutely overwhelming in these pistol rounds. I don't think Chicken Coop has won one in this series that I can remember. And they are going to buy up 5/7s in armor across the board and a chance to make a stand. You really cannot give the early lead into the into the T side. You need to really secure yourself early in the half as a CT if you stand a chance at getting a strong side rolling. Be very difficult to fight for it, but we've seen it happen before, and I think we can see it happen again.
You never know, baby. These are two dynamite teams. Chicken Coop are no strangers to playing playing from the back foot in a series. They had to get through those over the years to get a comeback, but Mason just flying through with the MAC-10. What do you do when lag is just running you down like this? It feels like almost nothing can be done about it. It's going to be another bomb plant here. The force buy from Chicken Coop, netting them yet another killless round unless they get some exits. There, MDS is able to get one. Maybe he can get this MAC-10, and no, that nade is going to finish him off. Seabass would like to get the MAC-10 and maybe get some farm going. But I think flying out here, yeah, these MAC-10s are just too hot to handle with the moving and the shooting and the jumping and the running and the gunning. What are you supposed to do against that?
Enter Sandman, dude. 2 kills on the round with the MAC-10. You know, building his own economy, get himself feeling a little better. It had a very rough first half. Didn't really get anything going. And, you know, it might be a little feel-good moment for him, but hopefully we can see Chicken Coop come back alive. They've got the 5/7 in the hands of Seabass and J-Champ, so it looks like they're going to stack A, maybe push in A main. Not quite sure, but we do see 3 players quick off the rip for lag towards here, expecting it.
Okay. They're able to get a couple of trades. I think that nade should finish some of them off. Brett is wanting a little more, but okay, they get 3 kills now. So there it is. Chicken Coop, 5 rounds down here. Will go into their gun round. Hopefully able to stop the bleeding, but lag 3 rounds away from finishing this out and shutting this down in 2 quick maps.
Yeah, J-Chance back on the op. We do not have one out for Consti. He hasn't really needed one, but we do see Mason hitting 20 kills, 5 deaths. Absolutely on a tear this game. Maybe it's his favorite map. Maybe he's just feeling it, but we are going to see some really tough rounds come out here. It's going to be an absolute slugfest if Chicken Coop wants to get back in this and win. And that'll be a good way to start him back into it.
It will be, won't it? That is nice. And Seabass on the other extremity coming out. I guess Canals isn't really an extremity. Oh, no, but they line up. Maybe too aggressive, a little too eager to get the round over with or to continue their play there, bouncing out of all these spots. But Mason now finding another one. Seabass going down on the lurk, and all of this beautiful opening suddenly thrown out the window with lag having numbers and time. Chicken Coop have got to figure out a way back into this round. Maybe MDS can find them as they push through, but I have a feeling they're going to spot out MDS. Oh, yes, they are. And now it's just J-Chance on the op. Oh, this is unfortunate for Chicken Coop. Okay, that's a nice shot. No scope from J-Chance. They immediately turn around and say, no, thank you. They're going to hold for the cross. Mason has to be careful here. J-Chance has the AK picked up. Never mind. Mason's going to take J-Chance down as he clears it out. That's lag. 2 rounds away from being crowned the champions of season 53 advance. And Chicken Coop with a question here. Do they buy into this round or do they save for the off again and try to play for
Buying
some
in.
overtime?
They're buying.
Buying
They
in.
don't want to play for OT. They want to stand their ground and fight on their own terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna be a great buy though. You've got them auto shotty for J Chance, MP9 for Seabass. We've seen Seabass get some good damage in with it a couple times already in this series, but it is going to be a very, very difficult round here for them here. They've got some util, not much. A main's already crouched in, and Seabass not ready for Mason. Going to rip his head off, take aim. A site. All the other players for Chicken Coop are nowhere nearby. Mason's already here waiting for MDS. Gets the second into the round. That should lock down the site. And if you're Chicken Coop, you've really got to make the decision on whether or not you save or go for it. Looks like they're going to choose to save. It's very difficult to win this site back, and it looks like they are just going to have to play for overtime, which they already feared against.
Yeah, I mean, Lag look cracked out here. This is like we've talked about. Lag were a playoff team in ECL. They were out of those playoffs pretty quickly, but they still finished in the top 8 of ECL this season. They were not one of the teams that struggled to get through. In comparison, Bad News Capybaras, they finished 11th. They did all right. They did better than other teams in the league. But there was definitely a difference in these two rosters. So this is somewhat expected from Lag. Both of these teams need to feel really good about their season no matter what. And it's still not over, as we've got potentially 7 more rounds in overtime and then another 2 maps after this here, Aries. So buckle up. But Lag on map, series, and season point for this round. Chicken Coop, the pressure has got to be mounting for them.
Absolutely. If I'm Chicken Coop, I know I feel it, but you've just got to keep playing your game and see what you can make happen. Seabass trying to get aggressive and aim in. Gabe already in canals. This could be a pinch, but they're waiting for him. He's making too much noise. Seabass and Gabe down. MDS to follow. 3 opening quick kills for 3 different players of Lag. They've got J-Chance spotted off. 1v5. Grave, I was going to say at the start of the round, Grave's going to get all 5 kills and win it, but I don't know if that's going to be the case now.
You never know. It could happen, but it feels like Lag have done what they need to here to finish the job. Grave is going to find those 2 kills, but now they know where he is, and that is the finishing blow. Lag are the champions of ESEA Advanced Season 53 here in North America. And my God, what a series. Well, not so much what a series it was there, but what a season it's been. It has been a wild up and down ride with the VRS implementation, but congrats to Lag for their performance here tonight.
Absolutely. Both teams, as mentioned at the start, fought hard to get to where they were this season. Both teams made it this far. They earned their spots. Lag just fought a little harder at the end of it. There's not a lot you can do. Sometimes it's a little tough, but absolutely props to both rosters. Going to be exciting to see them play in these ECL Cups coming up for next season, season 50 of ESL Challenger League? Yeah, ESL Challenger League.
Season 50 ESL Challenger League. The scene is changing. It's constantly growing and it's constantly adapting. It has been a lot of fun to watch over these last 6 months here as VRS has been implemented. It's obviously not a perfect system, but it has been causing a much needed disruption in the space to allow some change and growth. And I'm excited to see where it takes us. Congrats again to Lag for their victory this season. It was a lot of fun to watch them in this tournament. Shout out to the Chicken Coop guys for pummeling through those lower bracket finals to get the revenge match, but ultimately coming up short. Still gonna have a great season ahead of them. I think they're excited to play under this Chicken Coop banner. And Aries, before we get out of here, do you have any shout outs or plugs you want to plug for us?
Shout out to Chicken Coop for having us here today, letting us cast the finals for him. Shout out to Big D here. Shout out to his shirt, by the way. I have the same one. I thought about going to put it on earlier so we'd have matching shirts. But
oh, you should have, dude. It's a good shirt.
I love that shirt. Shout out to, like I said, Chicken Coop, Big D. Shout out me. Shout out to production, Phaser. Shout out to Phaser for doing production today. Thank you very much. Shout out to everyone who came to watch. Shout out to the teams for playing.
Hell yeah. Thank you for coming through and thank you for watching us. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Shout out to the whole crew.
You always make up something, you know I try to pray for you. Even when we're touching, you always make a fuss. Okay, I'm patient, don't test my patience. I'm trying to pace it. You kept me waiting, I try to pray for you. Okay, I'm patient, it cannot wait 'cause you test my patience. I try to pray for you, for you, for you. I try to pray for you, for you, for you. I try to pray for you. I try to pray for you, for you.